African history is missing one of its greatest chapters. Imagine a civilization so powerful it conquered Egypt, ruled as pharaohs, mastered iron production centuries before many of its rivals, and built more pyramids than Egypt itself. Yet today, millions of people have never even heard its name. This wasn't legend. It was the Kingdom of Kush, an African superpower that flourished for over 1,000 years along the Nile in present-day Sudan. Its kings challenged empires, its warrior queens stood against Rome, and its wealth in gold helped shape the ancient world. So, why was one of history's greatest civilizations nearly erased from popular memory? The answer lies beneath the sands, where archaeologists have uncovered forgotten cities, royal tombs, towering pyramids, and inscriptions that are rewriting what we know about ancient Africa. Stay with us, because by the end of this documentary, you'll discover how the Kushites rose from a kingdom south of Egypt to become rulers of the Nile, why they became known as the Black Pharaohs, and what finally caused one of Africa's greatest civilizations to disappear. Let's uncover the rise, the glory, and the fall of the Kingdom of Kush. Thousands of years before Rome became an empire, another civilization was rising along the Nile. South of Egypt, in what is now Sudan, fertile riverbanks supported growing communities. Rich farmland, abundant cattle, and enormous deposits of gold transformed the region into a thriving kingdom. The Egyptians called this land Nubia, but its people knew it by another name: Kush. For centuries, Egypt tried to dominate Kush because of one reason: gold. Ancient inscriptions describe Nubia as one of the richest sources of gold in the ancient world. Yet the Kushites were never simply subjects. They learned from Egypt while preserving their own language, beliefs, and identity. Then everything changed. Around 1070 BC, Egypt entered a period of political chaos. The Kushites saw an opportunity. Instead of remaining in Egypt's shadow, they began building a kingdom powerful enough to challenge it. Archaeologists found evidence that Kush controlled some of Africa's richest gold mines, making it one of the wealthiest kingdoms of its era. Kush established its capital at Napata beneath the sacred mountain called Jebel Barkal. To the Kushites, this mountain was more than rock. It represented divine authority. Kings traveled here for coronations. Priests declared rulers chosen by the gods. Massive temples rose beside the cliffs. The Kushite kingdom became deeply connected to Egyptian religion while developing its own traditions. Then one extraordinary ruler emerged. His name was Pi, and he wasn't satisfied with ruling Kush alone. He wanted Egypt. Inscriptions carved on the victory stela of Pi describe his military campaign in remarkable detail, making it one of the best historical records from ancient Africa. In 728 BC, Pi marched north. City after city surrendered. Others resisted. His army defeated rival Egyptian rulers until the entire Nile Valley recognized him. For the first time in centuries, Egypt itself was ruled from Kush. Historians call these rulers Egypt's 25th dynasty. They became known as the Black Pharaohs. These kings restored neglected temples, rebuilt monuments, and revived ancient traditions. Rather than destroying Egypt, they preserved it. Statues of Taharka show one of history's most powerful African rulers, wearing full Egyptian royal regalia. The Kushites now ruled one of the world's greatest civilizations. But another empire was expanding: the Assyrians. They possessed one of history's most feared armies. Iron weapons, siege engines, professional soldiers. Several brutal wars followed. Despite fierce resistance, the Assyrians captured major Egyptian cities. Eventually, the Kushite rulers withdrew south. Many historians once called this a defeat. Modern archaeology paints a different picture. Kush survived. Egypt changed rulers, but Kush continued thriving independently for centuries. Before we uncover the kingdom's greatest achievement, take a moment to subscribe, share this documentary with someone who loves history, and turn on the notification icon. Every subscription helps bring more forgotten African civilizations back into the spotlight. The Kushites relocated their capital farther south,
Meroe.
This city became unlike anything in Africa. It produced enormous quantities of iron. Its blacksmiths became famous across the ancient world. Trade routes connected Kush with Egypt, Arabia, Central Africa, and India.
Gold.
Ivory, ebony, exotic animals, incense. Everything passed through Meroe. Then came another surprise. The Kushites began building pyramids. Not dozens, hundreds. Today's Sudan contains more pyramids than Egypt. One of Kush's greatest strengths wasn't only its kings, it was its queens. Known as Kandags, these royal women wielded enormous political and military power. Among them, one name echoes through history: Amanirenas. When Rome expanded into Egypt after the defeat of Cleopatra, Roman forces expected Kush to surrender. Instead, Queen Amanirenas fought back. She led Kushite forces against Rome itself. Ancient Roman historian Strabo recorded these battles. The war ended with a peace treaty unusually favorable to Kush. Rome chose negotiation instead of conquest. Few ancient kingdoms achieved that. Over time, trade routes shifted, political power changed. Meroe gradually declined. By the 4th century AD, the once powerful kingdom disappeared. Its language remains only partly understood. Its temples fell into silence. Its pyramids were buried beneath desert sands. Then archaeology changed everything. Modern excavations uncovered royal tombs, magnificent jewelry, iron workshops, royal inscriptions, and cities that proved Kush was never simply Egypt's neighbor. It was one of Africa's greatest civilizations. Today, historians increasingly recognize Kush as a major center of innovation, trade, military strength, and culture. If this documentary changed the way you see African history, subscribe, share this video, and turn on the notification icon so you don't miss future documentaries. Watch our next documentary on the screen. Thank you for watching.